Bourbon. Belts. Blockbusters. You are listening to the Triple B Podcast. Let's fucking go.
Alrighty, we are back with another episode of the old Triple B Podcast here. We're going to do our pre-predictions. I guess I didn't have to say pre-predictions because pre's already in that. Anyways, we're going to do our predictions for Survivor Series WarGames. Me and Timmy, we are currently in the car. As you can kind of tell,
we're really doing this.
Yeah, we're really doing this. We are driving from Black Diamond, Seattle, Washington, essentially up to Vancouver, BC, because we are going to WarGames. So, I want to get our predictions out the way. We're gonna start with the U.S. title match between LA Knight and Shinsuke Nakamura. And Timmy, who do you got?
I'm going with LA Knight. Our boy LA Knight's gonna come out on top, but it's gonna be a battle. Shinsuke is gonna give him his best test yet.
I 100% agree with that. I'm going to LA Knight with the retention. And yeah, I just think that the match is going to be fantastic. I think it's going to be great. Like you just said, I think it's going to be his like biggest test here for a title retention and or defense, I guess. And I think it would just be a little too early for them to give Shinsuke a title. Just immediately get
right
put
when
into
it goes
a title
back.
picture. I think it's too soon. So we're both going with LA Knight defending and retaining. We're moving now to the Intercontinental Championship triple threat match between Ludwig Kaiser, Sheamus, and the champ Braun Breaker. Timmy, where are you going?
I'm going with Sheamus.
With Sheamus getting the win.
I think this is the time he does it. This is where he gets his final one to become a Grand Slam champion. It's Sheamus' time. He's not going to pin Braun Breaker, though. He's going to pin Ludwig Kaiser so that Braun Breaker can have his rematch.
Okay. All right. I am going to go with Braun Breaker retaining. But I feel like something's going to happen in this match that's going to piss Ludwig Kaiser off. Mm-hmm. And that's going to lead me to another later prediction. But yeah, I'm going with Braun Breaker retaining. All right, that brings us to the World Heavyweight Championship match between Gunther and Damian Priest.
I'll go ahead.
Am going. Damian Priest is going to win this match.
Oh,
and it's going to be because Ludwig Kaiser is going to interfere and cost Gunther.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I'm going big predictions here. Going Ludwig Kaiser is going to cost Gunther, and it's going to set up a Ludwig Kaiser-Gunther feud.
Wow, you just blew my mind.
Yeah, you didn't see that coming.
I did not see that coming. I am going Gunther is winning, and he's going to give Damian Priest his flower. He's going to shake his hand and give Damian Priest his respect at the end of this match, because it seems like he's the only one that he hasn't respected title defense-wise.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right. Awesome. Love it. Moving to the women's WarGames match, we got Bianca, Bayley, Io, Naomi, Rhea Ripley against Nia Jax, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Candice LeRae, and Tiffany Stratton. Timmy, what do you think?
I'm going with Mommy wins the match.
Okay. Going with Mommy getting the win, or is the win coming over Liv?
Yeah, I think Mommy over Liv for the pin. Yeah, that's a good call.
All right. Yeah, I'm going with Team Mommy getting the win as well. And I, too, think that Rhea will get the final pin over Liv Morgan.
Hell yeah.
Finally, we got the men's war game match. We have the new bloodline. We got the Tongans, Bronson Reed, Solo Sikoa, and the Samoan werewolf himself, Jacob Fatu, against the OG bloodline, the Usos, Sammy Uso, Roman Uso, no, I'm just kidding, Roman Reigns, and then CM Punk as the 5th member. And I'm going with, what do you think? What's the big one? Is it ending here, or is it continuing?
No, it's continuing.
It's continuing.
I think the OG bloodline wins this one.
Okay.
But I think Seth Rollins is getting involved in attacking CM Punk.
Oh, okay.
And then I think The Rock comes out, and this is where the road to WrestleMania, Rock versus Roman, starts getting paved.
Gotcha. Okay. I don't really have any way of topping that, but I also think that the OG Bloodline is going to win this match. I think Roman will probably be the last one to come out for the original Bloodline. And yeah, I don't really have a prediction for how the match itself will end, but I liked everything you said, so I'm good with it. All right, that is our predictions for Survivor Series WarGames, and we will check back after the show tonight and get the results.
Sounds good.
A few moments later.
Welcome back. We just got back from Survivor Series WarGames live here in Vancouver.
Darn tootin'.
Found us in our hotel room here.
Yeah,
man. What a show.
yeah, dude. It was awesome. It really was. It was super cool. It was a great experience to be there.
Super awesome experience. I agree.
Yeah.
So let's get right into it, man.
Yeah.
So our drive up, it was a 3.5 hour drive, easy getting across the border. I think the only thing was we ran into a little bit of traffic right when we got into Vancouver and getting to the hotel. But other than that, I think...
Even then, though, it was a little bit of traffic, but it wasn't anything like terrible. It wasn't really, and it was really only because coming over that one bridge onto the street that our hotel's on, there was some construction, so they had like a merge lane. That was really it. It was just slowed down enough to make people merge into one lane. That was really it. Other than that, it was smooth sailing, man.
Yeah, it was.
It really was. We got on the road about 9:30-ish. Between 9:30 and 10 probably was when we were like full blown on the road going. And we got to our hotel right about 1:30. So
yeah.
We're
here at the Georgian Court Hotel, about 7-minute walk from the Rogers Arena, the home of the Vancouver Canucks.
Which is that's where WarGames took place. Where Survivor Series was at. So it was real simple, real easy for us to just get up here, get checked in, chill for a moment. We went and got lunch down in the lobby at the restaurant. Delicious. It was absolutely fantastic. You got a French dip, essentially.
French dip,
I had a burger. We had a couple drinks. It was It was all good, all around solid. And then we made our short jaunt over to the arena. It was all in all solid, easy setup, easy to get to. Getting in was super easy. Or like we were walking in at like, I don't know, 2:45 probably.
15 minutes before the show.
And there's no line for us to get in. We just walked right in, and we were able to run to the restroom real quick. We got in line or the lack thereof of a line for merch. It was the smallest merch line I've ever dealt with before at any venue for any show I've ever been to.
I know.
We literally got in line, and there was like the people being helped at the like 4 or 5 different spots at the merch booth. And then there was like 3 people in front of us. It was like, what the hell? And this thing was right inside the door. So it wasn't like we found one, off the beaten path. It was, we walked in and it was right in front of us. So I was like, whoa, holy crap. So I got the best in the world CM Punk shirt.
I got the OG Bloodline.
I made a quick decision because I was originally planning to get that same shirt too. But I was like, I got to go with the CM Punk shirt.
Yeah,
it's
a freaking awesome
It
shirt,
is.
too.
I love this. I love the logo. I love the hands.
Yeah.
I love it. So went with that one. And yeah, man, venue. We were just talking right before we started recording this. It's not a very big venue by any means.
No.
It feels very, kind of compact. But boy, is it a mighty venue.
Yeah.
The crowd was on fire. I was saying,
was awesome.
It reminded me a lot of being at a Seattle Thunderbirds game, or I don't know what it's called, like minor league hockey team, I guess, kind of something like that. And yeah, so it's what it kind of reminded me of was kind of more tight, close knit type environment. But when the crowd's fucking bumping, dude, it was
nice and loud in there.
It was awesome. It was really cool. It was just a great environment and ambiance, if you will, for
sure.
my first PLE ever.
Yeah, that's
live.
true.
That's the first time I've ever been to a PLE. So, formerly known as pay-per-views.
Yeah, true.
I'll never let it go. One thing we didn't mention here is that we are back, Bourbon Belts and Blockbusters, baby. We are back drinking on our Jefferson's Ocean aged at sea bourbon that we had on last week's episode 25, our specialty milestone bourbon. So
cheers,
we
man.
both gave this bad boy a 10. We're back sipping on it again.
Too good not to, man.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It really is just so goddamn good.
Yeah, man.
Still holds true to a 10.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Week later.
We're drinking it later in the night. So
And we are. Yep. Drinking it later in the night. That's true. Yeah. It was not 9 o'clock in the morning or whatever it was.
Early birds get the worm.
Darn tootin'. All right.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, man. We had 5 matches on the card. We covered the predictions on the drive up, actually. So we had the women's WarGames match. Dude, little disappointing in the first half of this match, not going to lie.
Yeah.
It was very sloppy. There were so many moments, almost the entirety of the weapon usage in this match. What felt like they were hitting each other with pillows or throwing teddy bears at each other. Like, it was the softest shit I've ever seen before. Nia Jax swinging a chair should be a powerful shot to the back, and you couldn't even hear it.
No.
Like, live in the crowd, you could not hear the chairs being used. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Up until like Tiffany Stratton used the garbage can lid, and she gave a couple good pops with that. Naomi with the glow stick.
Yeah.
The colored kendo stick gave a couple solid shots, but realistically, it was Liv Morgan with the baseball bat.
Yeah.
And she was not holding back. She was relentless with that damn thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was. I think they turned it around towards the end a little bit.
Yeah.
There were definitely some holy shit moments.
Yeah, I agree. I think
Double dive.
Oh yeah, that was epic, dude. The match started off pretty slow. I thought.
Yeah.
It would be a better like ramp up for the rest of the night, but it did take off slow. But once WarGames technically started,
once they weren't just trying to buy time.
Yeah,
that's kind of what it was. That's exactly how it felt. It felt like they were all just like in there, like they weren't fully sure what to do at all times, and they were like making it up on the fly, which to a point I'm sure they are, but also like it did not seem like they were prepared to be doing that with some of the individuals that were in the ring.
And I think you said it during the show, but they really need to map out the weapons underneath the ring for them, because
every single person that went out, every single one, between both women's and men's WarGames matches, had to search multiple times for whatever it was that they were trying to grab out of the ring.
Liv was the only lucky one. She went back and grabbed it.
She went backstage to grab the bat that she needed because she knew where it was.
Yeah, exactly.
That was definitely interesting. It was like they should probably, like, if you're gonna come out and you're gonna go for the garbage cans, this is where they're gonna be.
Yeah.
You know, go to the right of the door, halfway down that first ring.
Yeah.
Tables right under the door. Chairs on the left side of the stairs. Like, you know what I mean? Like, as simple as that.
You would think, right? You would think.
But it was every single person that went for weapons had to like frantically search for what there. And then like 2 times, like Raquel Rodriguez pulled out a table and then dropped it on the floor outside the ring, and then just got into the ring. They closed the cage. It was like,
I feel like maybe she was messing with us. I don't know. That one I felt maybe was on purpose, but who knows?
But still, I don't know.
Yeah,
it didn't
really come across that way very well.
It did not come across like that, just because we had seen everybody else frantically searching for weapons already.
That's true. Very true.
Yeah.
I mean, some highlights again were just, like you said, the 2 dives off the top.
Dude,
so
we had
good.
Io Sky putting herself in the colored garbage can again, doing a moonsault off the top of the cage onto a crowd at the same time that Tiffany Stratton
did a swanton.
Yeah, did a fucking swanton onto a crowd from the top of the cage. Like, that was fucking wild.
Yeah. God, can you imagine doing a moonsault in a garbage can?
I still feel like I would rather do that than hit a swanton.
I don't know, man.
Because a swanton, a front flip is a scarier move than a back flip, because a back flip you can see. I mean, not in a garbage can.
No.
Obviously, you can't see shit. But in general, a back flip, you can see where you're going the whole time.
Yeah.
A front flip, you cannot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, like,
well, the swanton, you're looking the whole time until the last second.
Well, I know, but like, I feel like you can brace, even in a garbage can, you can brace a little bit more for a moonsault from that high. A swanton, you're really counting on everyone to catch you to break your fall in that moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like, I didn't actually see Tiffany Stratton land because I was watching Io Sky.
Yeah.
But yeah, still, it was just like, fuck, that was a wild moment.
Another highlight for me was what looked like Tiffany was thinking about cashing in. That got the crowd really excited. Mm-hmm. She was pretty much the only person on the heel side to get a crowd behind her, kind of thing reaction.
Yeah, for sure.
And then
and she did the whole time, like from the minute she came out of the cage. Like, the crowd fucking loves Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah.
So.
And then the riptide off of the top rope
to end the fucking match.
To end it was epic. So
yeah, Rhea Ripley hits the riptide on Liv Morgan off the top rope through a table to pick up the win for Team Mommy. Another thing, just real quick, was Rhea Ripley's match for the first mask for the first half of the match was so fucking dope. And then she took it off and her fucking face paint was fire too. So
her
all around toasted
awesome.
wardrobe. Yeah, it was just like we said, started slow, match finished pretty strong, had some pretty solid highlights in it. And yeah, Team Mommy won. You and me both picked Team Mommy.
1 for 1.
1 for 1 right there.
All right, we go on to the U.S. title. Shinsuke Nakamura defeating L.A. Knight.
In a
shock of the
shocker.
night.
Yeah, goddamn.
We kind of were just like...
We literally, like, we're
dumbfounded at the end of the...
It was mouths open. We just, looked at each other like, what the fuck just happened? It was so unexpected.
Yeah.
We both said it on the drive up in the predictions. There's no way they're going to put the title on Shinsuke. Haven't yawned all day, and now I'm starting yawning.
Yep.
They're not going to put the title on Shinsuke this quickly into a return in the middle of LA's really huge and successful run as U.S. champ. But we were both wrong. It was a really good match too.
Yeah.
It was all around clean. But yeah.
Yeah, it was shock of the night.
It was speechless for a little while.
It ended abruptly almost.
Because you weren't expecting
I wasn't expecting. I thought there was a little more drama.
Gonna be another kick out. 3. What the fuck? What just happened? Oh man, yeah. So I immediately looked at you though and said, they're pushing LA Knight then into the main title picture. That to me is still the only logical reason for having him drop the U.S. championship right now with the run that he was having.
Yeah.
Right. So I feel like that's kind of a similar vein to Gunther Loot dropping it to Sammy.
Yeah.
The IC, obviously. But yeah, that same idea,
Yeah.
I feel like they got to push LA Knight now. However they go about that, I don't know, obviously, with the Cody and KO situation stuff. But you can't just have him drop the US and unless this is going to start like a best of feud with Shinsuke. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
It'll be interesting. I hope you're right.
Yeah.
It would be nice to see LA Knight back in that thing. I think there will be a little. I don't think it will be right away. I think maybe like a rematch or something. But but to your point, probably get him.
I mean, it makes sense. They need to because they haven't truly pushed him outside of the one match he had against Roman.
Cody's got to start defending the title, up until Romania, right? So he needs different opponents. So we can't just have KO be that long stretch in between, So I agree. I think it gets him out of that title, and then
the only issue with it being Cody is it needs to be a believable title. Like does that make sense? Like I just don't feel like with where Cody's at, it's gonna be very similar to when LA Knight faced Roman, where it was just like he's not gonna win it probably.
I mean, he's not going to. I don't think, but I mean,
he fucking needs to.
Yeah, but it's not gonna happen before Mania.
No, probably not.
No, and
it's bullshit.
I mean, honestly, if we're being honest, Cody has barely defended this title. He's like the Roman Reigns. I feel like Roman defended him more.
I mean, this is the first PLE really that he hasn't defended it at since he won it at WrestleMania.
No, because he's been in tag matches with Roman. He's been
I guess there's
been
that,
a lot of.
I mean, he defended it against
AJ Styles,
Solo, KO.
Yeah, and that's it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Are those the three? But then storyline wise, he was kind of put into bloodline stuff.
I mean, it's tough.
And then
to
Crown Jewel was
put into.
There was no title defense at Crown Jewel. It was just for the Crown Jewel Championship.
Yeah.
So
but,
I don't know.
Yeah. It's tough. I get it, but
he's already defended it more than Roman did in the last year and a half of Roman's reign. No. Pretty damn close.
Anywho's, we digress. We both were wrong. We're 1 for 2.
Yeah. That brings us to the Intercontinental title match. It was a triple threat between champ Braun Breaker, Sheamus, and Ludwig Kaiser. Hell of a match. It was really fucking good. Just as we predicted it to be. I think we said on last week's did we say it on last week's episode or did we just talk? I think because they just announced it on Monday. So I think we just talked about it in person to each other that we thought this match had the potential to steal
I think we
the
said
show.
it on the predictions parts,
okay. But yeah, we had said that we thought this had the potential to steal the show. And on any other card without the men's WarGames match, it would have stole the show, honestly.
Absolutely.
But it was a fucking banger, man. Straight toasted match. A lot of very believable moments in where it was like, oh shit, we thought, and the crowd, everybody thought Sheamus was winning this match on 4 or 5 different occasions. I think there was a moment even when everyone was like, oh no, because they made it believable that Ludwig was about to win it, and nobody wanted that. But dude, the setup to the eventual finish, Spear of the Century, man, that fucking
loved the
Braun Breaker spear. That was because I've said it before on the show that I feel like the spear has been a soft move of late. Even Braun with the hitting the ropes twice, the connections haven't been the best, and it just has felt softer compared to Edge, Rhino, Goldberg, any of them hitting the spear. A lot of them recently have been fairly soft looking. And so, and for the ones that hit that as their finisher, Jay, Roman, Braun, this one was, he fucking, not only did he connect with all of his might on this, but he jumped Sheamus to hit it on Ludwig. It was one of the coolest spears I've seen in a long time. I really, really enjoyed that. I wish that honestly would have been the finish to the match, but it ended up being Braun then hitting it on Sheamus to pick up the win. But
that spear that he did to Ludwig was reminiscent of what I did to my brothers at a home one time. I jumped over a coffee table and gored the hell out of Doug. Turned into quickly, "Oh, you're okay. Don't tell mom. Don't tell mom." But yeah,
I was on the receiving end of a handful of those.
It literally reminded me of that. But no, it was. I agree with you. I think it was one of the most picture perfect spears. I was bummed Sheamus didn't win this one. I'm pulling for the guy to become the next Grand Slam champion. That's the last title that's eluding him. And he just comes this close every time.
So many times, yeah.
So many times, but I think it's on the horizon. It's going to be coming for him. But that said, Ryan, you picked correctly. You picked Mr. Braun. I picked Sheamus. So you go ahead on this. So you're 2 for 3. I am 1 for 3, which brings us into the World Heavyweight Championship. We got Gunther going against Mr. Damian Priest, and Gunther pulled it off.
Yep.
But with some fuckery in there.
A little bit of fuckery. And it was not the fuckery that I predicted.
No.
I had predicted that Ludwig Kaiser would come out and actually cost Gunther the match. Mm-hmm. That didn't happen in any way, shape, or form. What we actually got, which was surprising to me, because I didn't know that we were still doing this. I don't know if I like it. I don't think I do like it. I was a little bummed when I saw Finn Balor running through the crowd.
If it gets Finn Balor into the title picture, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know.
What happened was, yes, he attacked Damian Priest, but then Gunther attacked him. So now we got some...
And there was a little stare down at the end. I don't know. It didn't leave a great taste in my mouth.
Finn has been talking about Priest going for the title this past few weeks. It's been part of the spiel, so we had to expect it. I did not expect it.
It was just such a good match,
and then that
because it really was a really good match, just like the first fucking time that they battled. It's a really good match when Priest and Gunther are in there, and both times now it's been thwarted by Finn Balor. And I'm just like...
What I don't like about this, I will say I don't like something about this. Again, we have our tag team champion now getting pulled into another storyline.
Yeah.
They've only defended the titles twice.
We never even talked about that. I don't understand why the War Raiders lost that fucking match, but that's...
But again, yes, we digress.
That's not in the past.
Overall, great match.
It was fucking awesome.
And then that
Finn
happened.
Balor ruined it.
I predicted Gunther would win.
I predicted
Ryan
Priest
did not. So that ties us up. We are now 2 for 4 each.
Yes.
And that brings us to...
Yeah, brings us to the men's WarGames match, which is the final match on the card. Just outright, this match we both picked the same, and we were both correct, and so it tied us up at 3 for 5 on the finish for total results. But this match was fucking dope from the get go, dude.
Yes.
We were sitting there, and the new bloodline, Solo's bloodline, comes out first, and they all come out together, which kind of surprised me. I thought Bronson Reed might come out to his own music, but they all came out together, and they send Tama Tonga starts the match. The rest of them get in the cage, and then and then we were both like saying it the whole time. We were like, the OG better not all come out together. Like they were like, we're here live. We need to see these entrances separate. And like you then even said, you're like, even Jimmy, I want Jimmy's entrance to be alone. And we fucking got that, dude.
We got everyone's
out
individual.
Comes Sami Zayn first.
The crowd was lit from the get-go.
Yes, man. for that. Then we get Jimmy, and then I was like, dude, do you think Jay's going to come out last? And we were like, I don't know, because like you also have CM Punk and Roman coming out, so it's like I don't know who's gonna come out last. But then CM Punk's music hits, and it was like, ooh. And then as I think it was right before Roman's music hit, I was like, dude, Jay's coming. I was like, Jay's coming out last because he's gonna come through the crowd and he's gonna start the match. And lo and behold, that was correct.
Yes.
So we get the rest of the OG bloodline getting into the cage, and then Uso!
We yeeted all over the place.
Oh my god, it was so fucking dope. It's the first time I've been live for Jay's entrance. I don't know, but you too?
Mine too.
Yeah, so first time live for us both seeing Jay's entrance. The absolute most over entrance.
Yeah.
Maybe in the history of the business, dude. I don't know. It's fucking up there.
Yes.
And dude, that was absolutely glorious to just be yeeting our little yeets off.
Yeeted all over myself.
We yeeted our yeeters. And that's just the entrances, man. And I mean,
but then I looked over at you.
He comes down through the crowd. What?
Oh, I said I looked over you and was like, all right, that was worth it.
Just
the entrances
just
alone.
Jay's entrance was worth the 3.5 hours, few $100, whatever the fuck all it was to get up here and do this thing. Just the entrance alone was worth it. It was so fucking awesome. I text my wife right away. I was like, we just got to yeet live. She was like, that's so awesome. It was great. But then he not only then like comes down through the crowd and does all the yeeting, he comes around, he gets up into the cage, he climbs to the fucking top of the cage, and we yeeted again. We kept the yeet fest going. It was fucking phenomenal. But yeah, so we get Jay and Thomas starting the match.
Yep.
And they fucking put on a pretty damn good show just right away. Then we get Bronson Reed out.
Yep.
They beat down Jay pretty well. Then we get Jimmy. And they start to kind of even some stuff up. And then we think it's Tonga Loa, but Solo stops Tonga and sends Jacob Fatu in, which is what I was hoping for. Because I didn't want to see Jacob. I didn't want to see Jacob be in this match for less than he deserved.
Yes.
He could have started the match, and that would have been phenomenal.
Ro just stole the show.
He's so fucking good,
He just
dude.
continues to amaze me every time he's in the ring.
He moves in ways. Like, I know we say that a lot for the most part, like Bronson Reed doing certain things. We're like, he should be able to do that. But, like, Jacob Fatu legit is, like, he's doing, like, luchador shit as a fucking heavyweight.
He's got, like, a Solo Sikoa build. You know, maybe even a thicker than that.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he's definitely taller and I think broader than Solo.
Yeah. And he's still doing
But, I mean, he's doing, he's doing certain things. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, man, how the fuck... He's just super impressive. But then we get Sammy Uso coming out. Which had an interesting little tidbit to start because Punk was getting ready to go, and then Roman blocked him and told Sammy to go, which then continued this little bit of...
Yeah, CM Punk was staring Roman down.
Yeah, a little bit of tension and fuming, boiling and going on between the two of them.
I liked that added drama.
Yeah,
same.
Absolutely. Then we're evened up there. We got some 3-on-3 action going on. Then you get Tonga Loa coming out.
Tonga Loa.
Yeah, it is what it is. You get Tonga Loa coming out. I was thought for sure he was going to trip and fall on the way to the ring. He didn't though. Kudos to him.
Yeah.
But then it comes back to the time for one of the fourth OG Bloodline member to come out. Was it going to be either Roman or CM Punk?
Yeah.
And you get Roman. They're both kind of like leaning back up against the cage. You know, Punk's annoyed. And they open the cage and they kind of look at each other. And Roman just kind of starts sauntering out. And then right before he gets to the exit, CM Punk just blows past him and he just walks out. Kind of caught Roman off guard, shocked him a little bit. And then, we get
then we
Solo, and then we get Roman.
Yeah. I mean, there was a little stuff with locking up the cage for a
Solo
little bit
locked
there.
the cage, didn't let Roman in. Roman had to climb the outside, which was a cool spot.
Yeah, that
Climbed
was
the
cool.
outside, and he like fought everybody off as he was getting into the ring.
I don't think they thought that one through though. Like it was cool seeing Roman climb,
But then the refs,
refs were stuck out. Like the match doesn't start. Like they were just staring at each other until the refs made their way into
and I think like they were actually, I think the refs were actually like caught off guard.
Yeah.
Because they were actually like, fuck, we actually don't have a key for this. How the fuck are we going to get in? And then they actually had to like call for somebody from the back to bring out bolt cutters.
Yeah.
I would be curious to know if that was planned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or if they actually were like, oh, fuck, we have to get in there so the match can actually start.
So we can ring the bell and start WarGames.
Yeah. So that was, you're right. That was a little bit of an interesting moment there. But they did get in. They got in and they started the match, and it
was all out
fucking
war.
Kicked off, man. There were spots left and right all over this fucking thing. I'm not even going to try to recap most of them because I'm not going to be able to remember them
the
correctly.
Tsunami off the top.
Oh my god, yeah,
Poor
dude.
Bronson Reed is probably injured.
Oh my lord, yeah. Roman's on a table. Bronson Reed climbs up to the top rope. Then he turns around and climbs to the top of the fucking cage. And again, we've said this before. This is a big ass boy. He ain't got no business being on top of a goddamn steel cage. That's some reinforced steel. But he goes to hit the tsunami, and as he's in midair, and Punk pulls Roman. Like, that was the closest save.
It was so close.
Like, oh my god, I think he's gonna fucking kill somebody. That ain't the boy you want to miss with either.
Nope. And then
CM Punk saves Roman, then we get a little bit of like a handshake and some help up and stuff like that, and then they saved each other at a couple spots throughout, because before that happened, Roman hit an inadvertent spear on Punk.
Thought that would lead to a little more drama, but didn't see that. So
yeah,
that was
and then
good.
that was like the next thing though, was CM Punk saving Roman.
Yeah.
Right? So there wasn't really a moment between them. So I thought that was actually kind of cool that it was like you like without anything actually being said or anything, like they were able to create a little bit of story of CM Punk recognizing that was an accident.
Yeah.
And pulled Roman out of the way.
Yeah.
Type of thing. So I thought that was cool. And it also, I think, kind of backed up the fact that he's doing this for Paul.
Yeah.
You know, he's not doing it for Roman, he's doing it for Paul, and in order for that all to work out, he had to make that save.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude.
Jimmy Uso splash as well off the top.
Yeah, onto Jacob. Dude. That looked fucking painful. And he was limping afterwards. Like, Jay and Sammy helped him out.
Yeah.
Really, they helped him. Once he walked down the steps, I think the aftermath kind of caught up to him, because then they had to help him up the ramp.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It was a pretty epic finale to that match, because they demolished the 4 other members of the New Bloodline and left Solo. And then
I was just going to call this out.
And then Solo takes super kick. Takes another super kick. Takes the double super kick into the corner. Takes a haluva kick. Sammy throws him to Punk. Punk hits the GTS. He bounces off the ropes. Roman hits the spear for the pin. It was all around. It was like one of those moments in a traditional Elimination Survivor Series match where you have like every like one person hits their signature and then they tag someone else in it and then they hit it, you know?
Yeah.
It was like one of those. So you still got that kind of same feel and energy to it. So yeah.
Yeah, dude, the match was awesome. The crowd was in it from the beginning to end. We had a chance for everything. JT Miller had to look that up. That was chanted throughout the night, and it was just an awesome match. We both, like you said, both guessed that right. So we're both 3 4 5 on that. There was no surprises.
No shocks.
That was outside of Shinsuke winning.
Shinsuke winning.
But there was no. I was certain The Rock was coming tonight.
I know.
And I thought Seth Rollins would get involved somehow, and none of it happened. It was just straight up fights, and definitely don't think this Bloodlines is anywhere near done.
Yeah.
But now we got this extra, like we talked about before, but
Roman
now we got
CM Punk
Roman
situation.
CM Punk situation,
yeah.
and CM Punk is he got a favor pending right now.
Yeah.
So interesting to see where that goes.
3 bell rating to wrap it up.
Yeah. I'm going with a 3.
I'm going with a 3 too.
Just because
We were there.
We
were there.
Like I said,
Jay's
Jey's
entrance. It was fucking dope, man.
Alone
Yeah.
was so much fun. But
I'm going with a 3 for it.
Yeah.
For all the reasons we just stated. It was fucking
We
epic.
got to see
It was awesome.
WarGames for the
We got to
first
see
time.
WarGames. It was it's a night to remember for sure.
Yeah. It was just fantastic.
It was great.
All right,
Well,
man.
dude, that wraps up our WarGames recap.
Cheers. brother.
Cheers.
Let's